Hi, good morning. Welcome to Salon Exotica via Ellis. This morning I wanted to extend my condolences to the friends and family of Prince. He will be missed, and it's like what happened. It's sad. But I guess with this happening, with Prince passing away, it sort of made me wonder what, like when it comes to artists, you wonder, why did they put those words into that song? Or I wonder what the meaning was. That's always like something we want to know. And I didn't know him except through his music. So in order to answer that question for myself, I thought I'd go back into the history and look at, around the time when he was born and what was going on, and a lot was going on. And the revolution, I feel that that's what Prince did when we saw that he had come up out of the fear, because the parents then, they were fearful. They had been through something, they accomplished a lot, and then they had these children that I believe wanted to celebrate, like it was time to celebrate that new freedom and everything. But because the parents were scared because of what had happened, they didn't want their children to go out and dance and sing, because that's how you celebrate. You sing, you dance, you play music, and they didn't want that because they were scared, not because they didn't love him, but because they were scared. And there was a change. Those children that they had were moving away from the tradition of, following in your father's footsteps or following in your mother's footsteps. They wanted to sing, they wanted to dance, they wanted to paint, they wanted to do all of those things in celebration, and as part of, to continue to carry the torch, or to continue to follow a dream, because it's sort of like what they accomplished. Yes, they accomplished a lot, and that maybe was their dream, that they got through that they got through that hard time. And so it seemed like, well, they were all the way over there, now they're here, and this is great. But for their children, it wasn't enough. And there were a lot of changes. It used to be that in order to play music, you had to go to church. Well, now these kids didn't have to go to church to play music. Okay, and so when now they could play music on the corner, they could play it in front of the building, they could go play in the park, they could go to the Apollo. Everything was growing, and we had so many more options in pursuit of following those artistical dreams. And we see that a lot of them did, because the Apollo is still there. A lot of things, look at the Alvin Dance Theater and the group, all these, so many different things. And Prince, when Prince came out, it was, we cheered him. It was like a revolution, because with these children, we were revolutionaries. We were revolutionaries. And what made us revolutionaries is that there was a conflict. We were in a war. And the war was between the parents and the children. Because the children were saying, look, we want to follow this dream. We want to dance. We want to play music. We want to write songs. And the parent was like, no, you're going to be a farmer, or you're going to lay bricks. And so I imagine that in some of the words to his song where he said, I never meant to cause you any pain, and I only want to see you dancing in the purple rain, that passion, that's what these children wanted for their parents, for them to embrace their passion, because they were doing it for them. The children were saying, let's celebrate Mom and Dad, because they saw, even though sometimes things weren't said, maybe, the parents didn't maybe tell them, well, I'm scared. They didn't know what it was. But then this started happening. And so when we saw Prince, and we saw, it was sort of like he was the proof and the evidence that you could come up out of that fear and be successful. And so that gave a lot of us hope and strength to go ahead. Because there was a time where it seemed like if you played music, if you said you were a musician or whatever, people sort of tried to say, oh, he's, that's sort of where the starving artist thing came in, I guess. So Prince gave us all of that, and it was like a revolution that was going on, and it was very quiet. People didn't even really understand what was going on, but my conclusion is that is what was going on. We were trying to find our way to our dream. We wanted to write music, we wanted to sing, we wanted to dance, and a lot of times our parents didn't let us, but we were determined that that was what we were going to do. And it wasn't because we wanted to hurt our parents. We wanted them to embrace and enjoy our passion, and we wanted to take care. We were going to use that passion to take care of them. And so, but the change, I think the parents, they were too scared. Of course, you had the Jackson 5, and that was great, but they came out of Motown. They came out of they came out of a traditional setting, but now the other ones, we wanted to go off in the world on our own, and it was a struggle because the parents, because of their fears, they didn't want to let us go. They didn't want to let us go, and so the fun that we had, I remember we would get together. We would get together. I wouldn't doubt if that in each family there was at least one person, at least, that had some type of artistic talent or ability or aspiration that they wanted to go after, or that they were involved in. I'm sure at least one. Someone could either sing, draw, play music, write songs, dance, someone. And what we would do as young people, we'd get together and we'd try to write songs, or write music. Someone would be doing that. In fact, my sister and I and a friend named Steve, we got together and wrote a song. My sister and I wrote the lyrics, and he did the music. He played the piano, and I believe he played the guitar. And we took our behinds to the Apollo Theater on amateur night and performed. So for us, there was that outlet, and it was a great thing. But that was what we engaged in. We could spend, we could stay all day and all night just trying to do the music thing, and that's what we enjoyed. And so that's why I think that Prince, that's what I see or feel that he did. That's what he did. He led us to say, look, go ahead. Even though our parents, we don't want to hurt our parents. We don't want to be like disrespectful, but we were going to follow our dream. And so that was still a hard time, but I think Prince helped lead us into a new era, a new day, because then came the rappers, Run DMC, and so we were going to check it out. We supported each other. I remember sneaking out the house. Well, actually, no. I knew that there was going to be a block party, and they were going to be there, some DJs, and so I didn't go home. I went to my cousin's house, and I spent the night so that I would be able to go to the block party to check out this new thing, and it was like, well, we're gonna do this, but we were also willing to, take whatever punishment was coming to us. If I was going to be locked in a house for a month or two, okay, I'll take that. So, Prince, that's what he did for us. He let us know that it was okay to be ourselves, to pursue our dreams, our music, our talents, our arts. And yeah, he was a little eccentric in some ways, but a lot of talented people are. So I just wanted to say that and get that off my chest, because he was more than just an idol or an icon. I believe that we were all revolutionaries, and basically he was the leader, because when he came out, he showed us that we could do it, and that's what we young people needed at the time. And we hoped our parents would understand later. So anyway, thank you for checking in with the Salon Exotica via LS, and I'd also like to give an honorable mention to the family of China.